Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Hope you had a relaxing weekend behind you and that you're looking forward to get your week started. But first, let's have a look at today's Galactic challenge. So we are taken to planet of Lothal, where we have to take down a squad of Scoundrels using our Tuskens. So as always, there will be YouTube chapters below if you want to skip through to the battles. I've actually got 4 battles here for you today. So the first one will be a Relic Tusken team on tier 10, getting that knocked out. Then also on tier 10 I'll be doing Malak lead for the no leader feat. And then I'll do low gear Tuskens showing you on tier 4. And then as well tier 6 that they can still get the job done to get you either silver or gold crate. So at least you've got your 2 Omicrons, so you don't need to stress about max crate too much if your Tuskens can't handle tier 10. So let's have a look at the modifiers first. Rebellious, so whenever we use a special ability, we will call a random ally to assist and gain a stack of Rebellious when these guys attack out of turn. And for each stack we get a little bit of stack critical damage. It's not a whole lot because it's maximum 20 stacks of Rebellious, but I guess every little helps here with the damage output. Now luckily we are getting more damage output as well from the Tusken modifier, so we get extra health, extra defense, extra speed, and then at the start of the battle the weakest enemy will get ambushed on them, and then whenever you defeat the ambushed enemy, the next weakest one will get ambush. Now what ambush does, you are able to ignore the taunt with Tuskens to target that unit with ambushed, and then whenever you deal damage to them, all Tuskens will be gaining stacks of momentum, which is good because anytime Tuskens get momentum, they gain 1% offense, defense and critical damage. Now 1% doesn't sound a lot, but the amount of momentum you are gaining in a full Tusken team is huge. So eventually by the end of the battle you'll be hitting pretty hard. So just a case of surviving that opening sequence, you know, especially Whistling Burst from Beskar Mando, and then you are good to go hopefully. And then in terms of the enemy modifier, they've got the good Scoundrel modifier, so that's the one where they get a lot of stat boosts across the board, one step ahead. So apart from stat boosts, what they're also getting is 50% counter chance. Now normally that's bad, but in this situation it's good because you can a little bit use this to your advantage. For example, once you've got lots of stacks of momentum, more than 10 on your guys for that matter, you can just hit somebody. If they counterattack, hit you back, they will stun themselves. Of course, IG, once he gets a turn, he'll dispel all of that, but at least, you know, if it happens that they get a turn before IG, they will skip a turn. And the same thing when you're doing with Malak, the no leader team as well. You know, you can hit somebody and they counterattack, hit Malak, they get feared and so on. So you can a little bit use this to your advantage at certain situations if you need. Okay, let's look at the feats next. So we have to win with a full team of Tuskens, using a no leader in the leading slot and finally gain momentum 150 times. Okay, so let's do first on tier 10 the Tusken battle here. So all my guys are Relic 5, so this case it wasn't too difficult. I just had to remote everybody for speed, so you know we can actually get a jump start on these guys, get a lot of momentum before they even get a turn. Now, Beskar Mando's Whistling Birds, they usually take out a couple of your Tuskens, even at Relic level, but at least then, you know, at that point, I played it a few times, it wasn't too much of a problem. Like, I actually modded Urur for potency, because his base, he's got a 60% chance to stun. But again, with IG in there, cleansing those stuns, not sure how useful will it be, but just I thought, you know, might as well do that. But everybody, just loaded them with speed, don't have to worry about damage, that will anyway come with all that stacking momentum that we get. Okay, so this is why speed is important. We go first, just go all out on Quill. He's ambushed, so we will stack a lot of momentum now. Just keep hitting, there we go, just keep going. Okay, Urur actually is good at he's the slowest, one of the slowest, because then he uses his single file ability and then gives 100% turn meter to all your Tuskens. So all your Tusken can actually get 2 turns before enemies even get a turn, which is pretty nice. Boom! Massive damage. Quill barely scratched. So they really just up these guys. Okay, now these guys will be getting stunned, but IG will just get a turn and cleanse them off. But anyway, let's keep going after Quill, because Quill is going to take a turn before IG, and then all this damage over time on Quill will just finish him off. So at least we got Quill out now, so that's 1 down. There we go, IG cleansing of the stuns, but because Dash there is slower than IG, obviously he's at least stunned now. Same thing for their Cantorist, all stunned. So we just keep going after Dash next, because he's ambushed. Now Mando will get his Whistling Bird out in a moment, which is okay. There we go. Game has to process all of this. There we go. Alright, we lost to Tuskens, but it's okay. At this point, we finish Quill. We're gonna go ahead, finish off Dash. IG, cleanse him off, fine. Game is really struggling with all these stacks of momentum, isn't it? There we go. Do you see the amount of damage we get now from the Tusken modifier? All those momentum stacks giving us a lot of extra damage. Annoyingly there, Beskar Commander puts damage immunity on Cantorus, so I'm a little bit stuck right now, but we should still be good to go here. There we go, we'll just keep going after Cantorus next, because he's got ambush. As mentioned before, even though you lose a couple of Tuskens after the first Whistling Birds, at this point your damage is very high already, so you can quickly finish these guys off. Now Mando's ambush next, so we'll just go after him. Now even if he gets his Whistling Birds out at this point, he will not have 20 stacks as he did in the beginning, so this will be barely a scratch for your Tuskens at this point. So there we go, probably just can hit autoplay to be honest at this point, and you are good to go. IG, a little bit durable, but again, without, as you can see, we're hitting pretty hard already, so we shouldn't have too much problems burning these guys down. And that's it, that completed for me tier 10 with Tuskens and momentum. And then to get max grade, we also need to do the no leader one on here. So I'm just going in with Malak, and then Gideon, just showing you the mods that you can see. Luckily for this one, I did not have to remod. Now the reason why bringing obviously Malak for the fear and constant fears and taunts, bringing in Gideon, he starts off control situation, pushback turn meter on the enemy. So obviously you can jump ahead with all of your guys. He also puts demoralized on the enemies, reducing their damage. And most importantly, they will all have demoralized debuff on them, so when Nihilus does his life drain, he will quickly get to his annihilate. And then we got fracture as well as isolate to keep these guys under control. There you go, controlling situation, pushing back turn meter on everybody. Here I'm going to go ahead, swap with Treya, so we can go ahead, isolate IG, just to stop his taunt and everything else. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead, increasing cooldowns. Perfect. Alright, and that's where Malak comes in handy with his fear. Let's go ahead, put a hit on Beskar Mando. Let's go ahead, fracture him so he can't get out his Whistling Birds and potentially take one of your guys down. Although with demoralized, his offense is reduced, but I'm not sure if it's enough. I'm just gonna go ahead, start draining Dash. He can do some big hits as well. Let's go ahead, do an AoE there. Just waiting for the Annihilate to come online. Should be on the next turn whenever Nihilus comes up. There we go. Just go ahead, annihilate Beskar Mando, get him out of here. And we're gonna go ahead, finish off Dash as well. And at this point, all their damage dealers are down, so you can pretty much probably hit autoplay at this point. And these guys should be able to carry this battle to the end. Just going after Quill next, I guess, because otherwise you will have struggling with IG and everything. But anyway, there we go. Keep going, keep going. If, there we go, Nihilus looks like he will be the one annihilating everybody, although we did finish off Candy there the old-fashioned way. And that's it, guys. That's how I completed here max rewards, to get max rewards here in today's challenge. Now, if you don't have good enough Tuskens to complete tier 10, don't stress about it. Even though all you need to do is hop to tier 4, and that will give you then silver crates, so at least you can get your 2 Omicrons. Or if they're a little bit mid-gear, as I will show in this account, you can also get tier 6 done. But just to show you, tier 4, very easy, very straightforward. These guys are very low gear, no Zetas, so even kind of like mid-level Tuskens will have absolutely no issues there. I do have a couple of Zetas on here, but I don't think it would make too much difference. I will just show you, I've got some really random bad mods on these guys, and they were still able to go first. So it's just kind of going after whoever's ambushed, right? We gotta get that momentum feat as well. So just keep doing that. Also, I think without the Zetas and stuff, they don't have so much cleansing and resetting with the ability that Mando has for his bonus turns and things like that, so they're much easier actually to control. Probably could just do this even on autoplay, I don't know, but I'm just doing it for the first time, so I didn't know how difficult would it be. Now completing tier 4 with the Tuskens, probably even Gear 7, Gear 8 Tuskens could handle this, I would imagine. So again, no need to stress out too much. At least you got your silver crate now. You've got your 2 Omicrons, which really is the main reward in Galactic challenges. Obviously, if you had easy time on tier 4, you can hop up over to tier 6 and do the same thing again. If you can handle tier 6, then you get 1 step up, you get the gold crate as well, which gives you a little bit more, I guess, relic materials, but still obviously the 2 Omicrons. It looks like here Dash as well is ambushed, whereas on tier 10 Quill starts being ambushed. So it looks like there's a little bit difference when it comes to stat boosts that these guys do get. There we go, we got Dash down. So let's just go ahead, go after Canderous next. He's ambushed. There we go, they get a couple of turns. Okay, looks like Mando will actually get his Whistling Birds out. So let's actually see how much damage it will do here on tier 6. Barely a scratch. So yeah, definitely tier 6 seems more than doable, even kind of like with, you know, Gear 8, Gear 9, Gear 10 Tuskens shouldn't be too much of a problem. So while yes, today's challenge is a little bit difficult, I think, without good Tuskens to get max rewards. Again, I wouldn't stress out too much, at least, you know, here gold crate, silver crate are more than achievable, as long as you can get that no leader team done with Malak or any other way you find out. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Hopefully it was useful and helpful, showing you how I got max rewards. And then in the other account where Tuskens were not up to scratch, I didn't even bother going for max crate. Just decided to settle here for an easy, stress-free gold crate and carry on my week. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.